I've always had a problem with this terminology of best friends when it came to husband and wives, because I always thought that the spouses should have a category all of their own. But lately, as I continue to age and continue to just reflect on various different things, I'm starting to look at this a little bit differently now. I'm actually can see how a person can call their spouse their best friend. I'm actually seeing now how they misunderstand or misuse this terminology of best friend as well. Because what tends to happen is that best friends get categorized as homies, partners, all these type of things here, right? Somebody that's just down for you, and we can ride out together. We just gonna do some old type of things together, right? Which is cool. But as a dude who has a friend, and I've been having a friend, I know me and this guy have been tight for like 40 years, maybe over 40 years, right? What's up, James? I just want to shout you out right quick. Man, this dude kind of, from the moment we shook hands, we've been tight ever since. Even if we don't talk every day or talk all the time, or it's been years I had seen him, and it's been years we kind of just connected. Even when we reconnected, we were still tight. That's my dude. That was somebody back in the day I'll ride for. He'll ride for me. We get down together. I ain't gonna tell all our business, but it was a real thing. But nevertheless, he was a good friend. He is a good friend. But if I didn't want to categorize him as my best friend, then I need to put my wife in a whole nother category over that. And to me, I used to say, I don't have a best friend in my woman. My wife, she's my wife. She's more than a best friend. But if I want to just drop back and use this language, and I start looking at how best friends really come about, how as a wife or as a husband, I can be that person. I can be that standalone friend above friends, a friend above friends. You know, if I'm saying this is the epitome of friendship, what does that look like? And how do we compare in that? So I went to thinking about 4 ways that this really kind of takes place. And 3 of these ways really is about vulnerability. But so here we go. Let's check this out. Let's get to it. So the first way that my wife can be my best friend is that she's my emotional support. I'm her emotional support. Thick or thin, when she's in a bad situation or I'm in a bad situation, this is somebody that I know that will show up for me. That I know going to always make sure that I'm going to be emotionally, she's going to help me become emotionally stable. She's going to make sure that I'm not wavering. I'm not in a position of just breaking down. And even if I break down, even if I'm breaking down, she's not judging. She's not looking at me as something's wrong or I'm weak or anything that I'm not showing up. I'm not a man or I'm not any of this. She's gonna be there. Look, I know you're having a hard time. I know it's rough. I'm here for you, whatever it is, whatever it takes. I got you. Now that's, I know Sweet Pea would do the same thing. But real talk, I don't sleep with Sweet Pea, right? That's James Hodges. That's what we call him. I don't give out your nickname, boss. But I'm not sleeping with that dude. I'm not gay. He ain't gay, right? And now if that's your tip, then that's your tip. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to do with your lifestyle. But what I am, so, buckle up. I'm just being real with it here. I got nothing to do with your lifestyle. But what I am saying is that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that she's going to have me. If I'm shedding tears, she's there to dry those tears up, help me dry those tears. If I'm in my joyous moment, she's celebrating right with me. If I'm in need of anything, if I'm in need of a word that only that she can give, she's going to be the one who give it. That's that best friend. That's a characteristics of a best friend. That's a category of a best friend. So emotional stability. Next is going to be trust. I trust Sweet Pea. Don't kid. I trust Hodges. I trust James Hodges. I trust him. I love him. I trust him. I don't sleep with him. There's a whole nother realm here. He's a friend. We're talking about my best friend. Somebody that I trust, somebody that see me walking around and not going to shame me, not going to body shame me, not going to do various different. If I give her a secret, she knows where all the bodies are hid. Just using an expression, right? Ain't got no bodies hid, y'all. But I'm just saying, she know where the body's hid. I can trust on that. The trust is not wavering with me when it comes to her. I know what it is. I know what that feels like. I know how that comes. And so that's a best friend. I don't have to worry about what she gonna tell her friends or what she gonna tell. My secrets are safe with her. Up or down, right or left. My secrets are safe with her. Her secrets are safe with me. It's loyalty beyond loyalty at that point. It's not just loyalty, it's something beyond loyalty. And so there's a trust, there's a bond that's there that goes beyond the typical aspect of being a friend, right? Then there's common interest. Third, it's going to be common interest. There's just certain things that we share that only her and I are going to share. I'm not sharing that with anybody else. Some of my thoughts and what I have and what I want to do and what we like to do together and things that we talk about when we may have been growing up that we have some common interests about, and we can sit there and laugh about it and knowing what the secrets are and what the history might be behind that. We got that. I'm not going to say that a friend, my best man in this situation, he and I can have that connection. But he and I will never share the connection that she and I will have, nor he and his wife, who, by the way, unfortunately passed away maybe about a month or so ago. Right? And my heart still goes out to you, boss. Really, it does, because I know how much you cared about her. I know how much you love her. I know how much you love her still. So, man, I love you because you love her like that. Right? And I know his history. I know what women he dealt with, and I know how he felt about this particular woman, his wife. That was his best friend. She had him, and everybody else was looking a little shaky. When people were trying to come in between them, she sucked it up and got with him and stood in with him. And that's what I'm talking about, even with, I'm looking at this idea of best friend. And this whole subject really come because of him, to be honest with you. Part of it is because of him. Just thinking about him and thinking about what he shared and thinking about what I share with my wife, and how I want to continue to have her show up for me and how I'm showing up for her. Right. And lastly, this is the fourth one, conflict resolution. Now, I'm not really a keen person about that word. So I want to explain to you what it is that I'm talking about, because I have to use words that really the general public will understand. It is what it is. So I'm not going to really hide from the word, just like I'm not hiding from this aspect of best friend. If this is where people are, then let's look at this in a, not just in a vacuum. Let's look at this thing from a wide perspective, have a nice understanding of it. So I'm talking about conflict resolution. We are going to try to find a way to make sure that we can get back together when we have an odds, when we having a difference of opinion, or I'm not quite seeing it the way she sees it, nor is she seeing it the way I see it. Because we're two individuals. We're not the same person. And I want to be able to be in a position of, okay, how can we work that out? How can we make something that's seemingly like a bad situation? How can we turn that to be something a little better? Even when, she may have some attitude running, okay, we can have a conversation. We can talk to one another. Or I got an attitude situation working. She can talk to me in a way that gets my attention. And it's not shameful or shaming or condescending or anything other than, look, I just want to have your best interest at heart, because if your best interest at heart, then our best interest is at play. Our best interest is working here. And I want you to have that same for me. So, yeah, when we start talking about this aspect of best friends, we talk about this conflict resolution, how we can meet each other, have a meeting of the minds, have a meeting of the soul, have an attachment of the soul. And it's not going to always be she know what I'm thinking, but yeah, she may be knowing I'm thinking. And I want to be the same with her. That's best friends. So as men, I want us to look at this situation and start really just fine-tuning this aspect of best friends. Your best friend is something that's the epitome, is the pinnacle of friendship. And there's layers to it. And she is at the very most top, the peak of that mountain. Where this mountain's got layers, got rings, if you want to call it that, whatever it is, she stands at the top of that. If you don't have that, real talk, I think you might need to be examining what you got going on. Because it might be you who tossing it up and making it wrong. It might be you. It may not be her. It might be you. Because you might just be thinking that she is a homie. And you moving like she one of the dudes. You moving because you feel like y'all got this connection that she just, it's just like, that's my homie, that's my dog, that's my, she's more than all of that. You give them titles to this man over here. At this woman, she should have something a whole lot better than that. If you're going to talk about best friends. Now, I'm not even saying for your man that y'all ain't got something real special and connected, because all friends aren't alike. All friends aren't alike. I got my man, my brother Shadid. I love him like a brother. My Sheikh Zaid Ansari, I love him. Abdul Qadir in Ohio, I love him. Brother Tark Abdul Haq, I love him. I got a lot of different brothers that I love, a lot of different black men that I love, a lot of men that I just care about deeply. I love them deeply, and they know it. I'm not afraid to tell them. They know it. So that's not a problem of what that friendship look like, what that layer, what that level looks like. And then there's other men even under that label, that level who I still care about. Because I want to be nice and cool with anybody I come in contact with. But there's just certain men that I know our hearts meet, our souls meet. But the person I pour my soul out to is my woman. So if I got to look at a level, I'm not pouring my soul out to brothers like that. I'm not pouring out my soul to another man like that. Even though I tell them they know some of my deepest stuff. They do. Some of these dudes I just named know some of the things, man. If y'all knew about me, would shake this world. I know they know it because I told it to them. It would shake this world. What? Brother Hassan, what? If they knew it, people probably wouldn't, and they never judged me behind it. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect because I'm not. I got some skeletons just like everybody else. I got some. Got a few. From years gone by to up until today. I got them. But nevertheless, I'm not giving myself to everybody. So it's just going to be certain people that I give myself to. But my woman knows all those things. My wife knows all those things. And some. And some. So I want to thank, you brothers, some that I can mention, some that I can't, for allowing me to understand what friendship looks like. And I want to thank my wife for showing me what a best friend looks like. And I'm hoping as time goes on that I can always be that type of friend or that type of best friend to her. And just keeping this 100, any woman that I'm married to. And so just want to make sure that everybody understands that best friends is a good thing with your wife. But we have to really put that in real context. Thank you guys for listening to me today. I really appreciate it. You let me pour out my soul on the Get Made podcast. Y'all let me come up here and you tune in. You let me be as raw as I possibly can be with the things that I say, or how I feel. Y'all allow me to come up and bring some interesting people to this platform to be able to share what it is that we think is something that's going to be real and authentic. You let me come up in here and you allow me to be me. You allow me to be me, and you support me in being me. I'm appreciative of that. But let's learn how to do it with each other and with our spouses. Let's turn to our spouses and show them what real friendship look like, what best friends should look like coming from a man. If you haven't shown up like this for your woman, I think it's now time for you to do it, because in a lot of instances, our women have been showing up for us like that, but we probably haven't been showing up ourselves like that. We haven't really been, we put it on the line, but we stop short with certain things and how we reciprocate that friendship. So Continue to join me on YouTube at the Get Made Podcast. I got official Hassan Clay on Twitter, not Twitter, excuse me, Instagram. That's popping up. That's finna definitely taking off. Of course, continue to share this information. Continue to share this podcast. All right, hit them stars. I keep talking about them stars every week, right? Hit them stars, But nevertheless, just continue to tune in. And if you got any comments, please give me comments. I do appreciate sometimes people don't really just comment, especially brothers. They really don't comment a lot of times on the link itself, on the podcast itself, but they hit me in the inbox and hit me on DMs and they talk about different things. And I'm appreciative of that. Hey, it's all relevant because we're all here to just help each other and strengthen each other. There's been some good suggestions that come my way. And I just want to make sure that I send some love back, right? So by all means, if you can't hit me open, hit me privately. All right. But whatever you do, just hit me up. All right. I appreciate you. We're going to see you next week.